Right, so I am in the dark filming this just because of studio lighting overhead, so hopefully all in focus and everything is clear. So there are two ways to do cartoons, or how I do them. This is just how I do them. You can find your own way, but this is just how I like to do it. The first one is just to get some graph paper. In the UK I use A4 size. Just draw my outline to scale with a ruler, so 5 inches square. Just do a pencil drawing, and once I'm happy with it, I've done some rubbing out, I then just get a Sharpie pen and do a darker outline. And then that image sits behind the warp threads in front of my rod on my Chloe looms, and it's as simple as that. But I know that some people struggle with imagination or with drawing. So the whole point of using an iPad is to either drop in one of your own photographs, or you can use something like Pinterest if you're really struggling for ideas. And there's nothing wrong with doing that as long as there's no direct copyright. You can just get some inspiration, and I'll just show you what I do. So go into Pinterest, and I look at lots of different images. I tend to use my own photographs now for reference, but when I was starting out, I would look at these really quite kind of basic reference images. And there's so many. There's my little images that I save. I save everything to Pinterest that I do. But there's so many ideas on Pinterest. It's such a fantastic tool. So for instance, let's do a cactus. Now what you want to do is just drop the image onto the screen like that, and then do a screenshot. So on an iPad, it's a side button and the top button. So screenshot it, click on it, and then you just want to crop it down. And then you need to save it to files. So just scroll down and save to files, and save. And then come out of Pinterest. So on this I just flick upwards, close that down. And what we want to do now is go into the Procreate app. And this is the little icon here. So I don't think it's that expensive, and I've used it lots. It's a wonderful tool. You can get new brushes for it. There's lots of YouTube content out there on how to use it if you wanted to start doing some really great digital designing. There's some amazing artwork. You could spend forevermore learning how to use it, but I just want to show you the absolute basics of how I use it just for Tapestry. So click on it, and it takes you into my little gallery. And you can stack designs together just by pressing select and dragging, and then give your stack a name. So I'll have various topics in here, like my beginner workshop topics. I keep it all in here. There's my fish design I did, which I'm really proud of. But to get a new design, you just need to click on the plus icon to get a blank canvas. So on there, and then click on the black plus icon below, and click on here, and it says size. So I do it in inches. So I come down to here, I select inches, and I put 5 by 5, and then just tick the button, and you get a lovely blank canvas. Now what we're going to do is drop in that image that I just saved off Pinterest. So what you want to do is click on the little spanner icon, insert a file, and so that one, the cactus, and then you can just drag it to scale however you want to drop it in. It doesn't have to be too precise. And then just click back on that arrow, and that is it, dropped in. Now the next thing to do is select a pen to use. So using my Apple pen, my iPad pencil, sorry. So click on the brushes, select a brush. So you've got markers, inks, pens, pencils. If you're going for pens, I'll go in for quite a thick one. Let's just try any pen. Click away, and we've got the colours here. So I want it to be black. Click away. And then the next thing that's really important is in Procreate, it's all about adding layers. That's a hard word to say on camera, layers, to your canvas. So this is layer number 1. We want to add layer number 2. And that is what we're going to use to create the outline. So click on this little icon here. Click on the plus. And now we're on the second layer. And click away. Now, over here, you can change the size of your brush marks, and it'll give you a little example at the side. So just have a play with it and see what you get comfortable with. And this one is about opacity. So let's just have a go. So just very roughly, we're just going to trace. It's going to be terrible because I'm trying to do it behind the camera, but we just roughly trace. And the harder you press, look, the thicker the line. So you can have real fun with the pressure on here as well. And as I say, this is so useful if you just struggle with ideas and struggle to draw and with perspective. Just have a little play. This drawing is really bad, but I'm just for example, and we can get a bit of a highlight in there as well. So let's just put a little line down there, a little bit of a line in here. And then circles can be quite hard. So there's a way to do this as well, if I can remember. I think you do your rough circle, put 2 fingers on and let go, and it just makes it more fun of a circle. That circle's really bad. 2 fingers and it undoes. Okay, so and 3 fingers on the screen, it puts it back. So that's a fun little trick as well. So I'll just take it out. I'll just try that again a bit better. Because it's quite a thick, so I'll just make that a bit smaller. Let's just try again. So just roughly trace the outline. Keep the pen on. 2 fingers, sorry, hold, no, let me just try that again. I haven't done this for a while, bear with me. So just undo. So let me just see how to do this. So you can see I've not done a circle for a while, so just draw around it. Then you just hold the pen down. So I'll just try that once more. So just rough outline around it as best I can. And then just hold it down and it snaps into place. There we go. You see, I don't do circles very often. And it's as simple as that. Then what we want to do, click back on the layers again up here. And we want to remove the first layer. It's such a weird word, isn't it? Want to take away the first one, so just click on that tick there and it's removed the photograph, and then just come away again, click away, and that is the image that you want to save. So this is what you're going to work from in your Tapestry, and then you can go back to the photograph for colours and to work from. So that's a really neat little tool. And then what we want to do is go into gallery. That image is saved. Now if you click on it, you can give it a name. So let's call it, I'll just get up my keyboard, show keyboard. So let's call it cactus. Done. So it is cactus. And now the next thing to do is you want to drop it into your images, into your photographs. So click on select. Click on cactus, and we want to click on the share button. And we want to save it as a JPEG. And we want to save image. So that has now gone into my photo album on my iPad. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to show you now is how to use the print to size app. Now this, I think it costs hardly anything. Again, such a useful tool. So click on print to size. If it comes up with the previous design, just click on it, click on delete. It comes up naturally with A4, so we're going to click on the plus sign, add that little cactus, add, and then you just use your fingers just to get it the size you want to print it. So you can print it any size at all. So I've clicked on 5 inches by 5 inches. And then you just click on the little icon at the bottom, which I think you can see, and select print. and then you can print it out on card or thicker paper, whatever's easiest for you, and that sits behind your warps. And yeah, it's as simple as that. So have some fun with your holiday photographs, your seascapes, anything you want. That's how to do it in Procreate. And yeah, just have real fun with it, and let me know how you're getting on in the comments, and if you'd like to do any more on this as well. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it.